Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a reading for the sign of Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Sagittarius, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, the information regarding that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page. And I thank you so much in advance. Sagittarius, I hope that you are well. I just wanted to show you the crystal that I have on my desk for you today, which is the beautiful rose quartz palm, because I just wanted to send a lot of beautiful love and light out to everyone. Your spirit guides have just come onto the scene. They're muting my ear right now, so I think they're eager to talk to you. I'm going to be using a brand new deck that is new to me anyway, the Oracle of the Seven Energies by Colette Baron Reed. And for your tarot reading, the Tarot of Mystical Moments. Very beautiful, very special deck that I don't bring out very often. So this reading is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Sagittarius, please, angel, spirits, guides. Spirit guides, what messages do you, thank you, have for Sagittarius? Quieting the mind. Number 32, which reduces to a 5, the Hierophant card in the major arcana of the tarot. Taurus energy. Quieting the mind. There could be a very beautiful meditation practice that you are engaging in right now. I see that right away, of course. Yoga practice. I just did my very first yoga beginner video this morning because I'm trying to be healthier. Things have gotten a little out of control for me, and I would like to start a new habit. You know, it's always good. You're never too old to learn new tricks. That's what I just heard. This is such a stunning image. It's beautiful just in terms of its color palette. But there's also this just emphasis on all the different chakra points. And there's kind of unique and special in their own way. And there's something here that you're discovering about maybe your chakras, maybe your soul space, your intuition, your internal guidance system. It's a quieting the mind card, but I also feel like it's by quieting, you're awakening. By quieting, you're awakening. So let's see what the spirit, what the tarot has for you, what the spirit, what your spirit guides have for you. Okay. For Sagittarius, please. Past, present, future, advice from spirit. Wow, I have not taken advice from spirit in all the readings, and that just came right out of my mouth, so they want to speak. Two more. Okay, so bottom of the deck. Wow, I'm pulling a lot more cards for you than I did for the other signs, so they want to speak. Bottom of the deck was the Two of Wands. Whenever I pull something from the bottom of the deck, well, one, your spirit guides were like screaming at me, bottom of the deck. It's like, okay. It's kind of what's going on in the subconscious energies, and the Two of Wands is talking about directionality. It's maybe you're facing a lot of internal upheaval in terms of where you should be moving to next. So it's kind of a card of deliberation. Which path? In the past energy, two cards in reverse. The Magician, the number 1 in the major arcana. Virgo and Gemini energy. And the Page of Swords in the reverse. Let's talk about the Magician. When the card is in the upright, Magician is the master manifester and channels all the elements of the tarot. The four corners of the earth, I just heard. Because I see this pattern here, the ground, the kind of like farmland or whatever that's supposed to represent. The four corners of the earth is, what is that? Spirit. You know, there's that place in the United States where, like, what is it? Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, and like Nevada, I want to say. They meet and there's like this four corners, and you can kind of like, there's this one point where all four corners of the states meet in this one single point. I don't know why that's relevant, but it's almost like spaces converging. That might be important to you. Spaces converging, coalescing, coming together. You might have actually stood on that physical point. That might be a source of pride for you. Take it as it resonates. Magician pulling something out of the hat. It's this idea that you are pulling together all the resources as the Magician and manifesting, putting something out to the universe, stepping towards that manifestation so that it comes towards you, right? Making wishes come true. So you have this card in the past, in the reverse, signaling to me that it's been very difficult for you to muster up the energy, muster up the courage, muster up the confidence to manifest for yourself. And I understand that, and Spirit's kind of giving me my own fears about manifesting, because I do have them. And clearly I've manifested a lot of things for myself, but I do have those fears, and it's the fear of like, but what if I get exactly what I wish for? Right? Because the old saying is, you know, when you're kind of talking to your enemies, I hope you get everything you want. So I have a healthy trepidation, I guess, with manifestation. I still manifest, but I tend not to get too specific. I get specific enough, at least I think, with most things, not all things. Because there's this thing in the back of my mind that it's just like, what if I ask for the wrong thing? But is there really a wrong thing? There's just a thing. It's a blessing or it's a lesson, right? Here's the lesson. You got this card in reverse. It's something perhaps that you were struggling to learn. Page of Swords talks about curiosity, doing research and reading and asking a lot of questions, having to do with the mind space, right? It's almost like I see all these dandelion seeds just blowing out to the wind, asking Spirit questions and hoping that you'll get answers. It's almost like that questioning has stopped for a while. Just like the manifesting. Maybe I feel a little fear, actually. I feel like you got some answers, and that's what scared you. Sagittarians are the sages, are they not? You actually did quiet the mind. And you did get downloads, and you did maybe you got freaked out. I get that. That's happened to me. I get really freaked out, and then I get kind of excited. Six of Pentacles in reverse. It's like, really, I'm following this storyline, because Six of Pentacles in the upright is like equal give and take. It's reciprocity. It's the representation of the Justice card in the Minor Arcana, right? Karmic balance, reciprocity. This represents Spirit kind of doling out portions to everybody equally. But it's almost like with the card in reverse, it's kind of like I'm taking back my portion. Like I don't need reciprocity, because like it's like I'm putting something out there and then I'm getting it back, and it kind of scares me. Which, you know, Sag, that's doesn't seem in keeping with your personalities. Like, Sages are bold adventurers, and something is having you feel a little skittish. A little skittish. In the present energy, the reason I say skittish, Seven of Swords, and here's the Justice card. So you got these two cards, you know, kind of representing reciprocity, although this one, in the present energy, is in the upright. So we like to see the Justice card in the upright because it speaks about karmic balance, but just this kind of universal balance, that things are coming into a nice, they're not big crashing waves, it's just a nice, I see this equilibrium of the ocean. Like, you know how, so Spirit's giving me this image of, like, I don't swim, so it's not like I'm like on the ocean or whatever, but when you're right at the breaking point of the waves, that's where it's the most tenuous, that, you know, there's this possibility that you can be carried away because of the sheer force of the waves. But once you get past the breaking point, the ocean kind of levels out a little bit. So it's kind of like, I don't know why I have to do this, but it feels important that there's something here. Maybe you're watching this on a boat. I don't know. But it's like this energy, just like really calm. Because here's the Seven of Swords. I'm talking about your manifestations and you being kind of freaked out by them. Seven of Swords talks about gaining the advantage over something without making a lot of fuss or fanfare. Kind of like sneaking away quietly, right? From here up, it seems like a really nice situation, and then you see this kind of serpentine figure, and over here, that's where the nest is. Stolen some eggs. Seven of Swords can refer to the little thief, the thief of the tarot. Maybe you feel like you're gonna take what you're gonna take what you manifested so far, and then you're gonna run, and you're gonna say, ah, I'm good, Spirit, thank you. I almost see a situation where you manifested something and then it became like a big responsibility. Spirit is showing me a very random example of this. Do you remember the shows? I don't know if they do these things anymore because I don't watch television, but like, you remember those shows where they used to like build houses for people in need, or like that had special needs or something? So like ABC had a show back in the 90s, I think it was the 90s, maybe it was the early 2000s, where they would build these houses, these spectacular houses for people. And it was like Move That Bus. Remember that show? So they'd park the bus in front of the finished house, and they'd blindfold the people that were about to move in, unsuspecting, and they'd move that bus, they'd yell, and then this beautiful house would reveal itself. Well, then after the cameras go away, that house then becomes somebody's responsibility. And if they built that house for a family that wasn't in necessarily the best financial situation to begin with, how then would one be expected to take care of a gigantic house, right? Something like that. It's really giving me that example. That was very, very specific and clear example that perhaps there was something that you manifested and then you got it, and then somehow it became a burden or a responsibility that you weren't anticipating. This is not to say that you're not grateful, but at the same time, now it's like, okay, now do I have to manifest help to take care of it, or help to deal with it? This is what I see. Can I have a clarifier on the Seven of Swords, please? Tower in reverse, World in reverse. The Tower in reverse. We'll talk about a house. Talk about a crumbling house. Maybe this has to do with some inheritance. Interesting. Is it an inheritance? Could be for some of you. A situation that you just want to come to a close and it's still lingering with the World card in reverse. The Tower energy, also major arcana, talks about something that was built on a shaky foundation. It was a situation that had to crumble. Thank you, Spirit. I mean, I can't ask for a more synchronous card than this one, given the story that your spirit guides just gave me about the move that bus and revealing the house, blah, blah, blah. Because another thing that I didn't mention about those shows was that because they had the television shows and the crews had to build those houses so quickly, there were a lot of shortcuts in the construction. They found that out, a couple years later. It's this idea, it's like the facade of something that is revealing itself right now. It's like the facade of something is coming to the fore, and maybe you try to keep everything from collapsing, but can't do it anymore. You know that it has to kind of come to a natural completion. Sorry, I don't know if it's dark in here. The sun is moving all around the sky as it does. So in the future potential, Two of Cups, kind of returning back to the self, returning back to an integrated self, like really talking to your higher aspect, your soul space. Two of Cups can be about divine union, divine partnership, and the connection to one's soul. There's a mirroring energy here as well. Ace of Pentacles is clarifying it. Kind of looking for your new beginning. Aces always bring new from spirit. Pentacles energy, earth energy, is like wanting to plant the seed. Wanting to start over is what I just heard. But we're still in the process, closing some cycles out before we can receive our Ace of Pentacles. Let me get a clarifier. What is the new beginning that you're looking for? Spiritual new beginning, the Hermit, Virgo energy in the major arcana. Another kind of tower, only this time we're sitting firmly on it. But feeling like a fish out of water, feeling a little out of place. The Hermit card talks about a spiritual reckoning, a dark night of the soul, kind of retreating inward and looking at all of our past triggers and traumas, bringing them to the surface so that we can heal. You want a new beginning, but you also know that it requires you to do some really deep diving into your soul and your psyche, bringing the mind and body and spiritual realm all together. What is Spirit's advice? They were so insistent on giving it to you. The Three of Wands, waiting for your ships to come in, waiting for the perfect moment when there never will be a perfect moment. They're just moments. But this idea that you have to wait, the Spirit is kind of asking you, wait for what? Star card in reverse. Another major arcana. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major arcana. Spirit guides right beside you, trying to help you out. Have to let them in. The Star card is wish fulfillment and healing. Talks about the process of that. What's so beautiful. I always joke about this, but the Star card and the Hermit card go together like PB and J, right? Peanut butter and jelly. Like, they just go together. The Star energy is what fuels the Hermit's lantern in the tarot. So they really truly do go together. So when this card appears in reverse and this card appears in the upright, there's a disconnect between the PB and J, right? These two things want to go together. So Spirit is saying you have to kind of allow the guidance to come through. And how do you do that? By quieting the mind. Oh, I just heard stop. Okay, I'm gonna say what I heard, which is stop pretending like you know everything. That seems kind of harsh, but I heard it like clear as day. And I'm a Sag rising, so I kind of was trying not to feel some kind of way about it, but stop pretending like you know everything. It's more about humility. It's not that you don't know a lot of things, because of course you do. But it's about humility at this time. Hermit card is absolutely about humility. Like we're undergoing an ego death. Let's read number 32, quieting the mind. Life is chaotic, busy, loud, frenetic, and overwhelming. Some days all that noise is like the roar of thunder echoing around you, and it feels as if you're being pummeled by the rainstorm. Isn't this why we take vacations? To get away to somewhere peaceful? In spite of the surrounding din of the world, today you need to slow down and find a bit of peace. So go ahead, take a deep breath right now. Make a commitment to be still, if only for 5 minutes. Count your breaths and be mindful of every one of them. Know that you have all the time in the world to do the things that need doing. Everything is perfect as it is. Our core beliefs about the world originate in our thoughts and feelings, which then become our perceptions. If our thoughts are all over the place, that is how we will experience the outer world. But what if the outer world didn't matter at all? What if at our center there were a place that is always calm, where the mind doesn't have a million things to say, where problems and challenges aren't nearly as important as we think they are? Today requires you to take an internal break and go to that silent space to regroup. Meditate on the stillness within. Choose a peaceful mind and nothing else. You will be amazed by how easily everything falls into place once you do. That's your reading, Sagittarius. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Sag.